What? Should I give up my secrets? That's not the old school way. We're supposed to gatekeep all these secrets, and it should take you years and years before you find it out. All right, so let's talk about prepping for a Call of Cthulhu game. There's two ways I go about it. The first is the hard way, and I'll show you. I buy a book with adventures in it, and I read it. Now, here's the reason I say this is the hard way for me. A number of years ago, I had a medical issue arise, and it appears it's affected my concentration when trying to read. So these books, while I find very helpful, and for many people, they're wonderful, and Chaosium has a lot of great products that are very well written, doesn't always work well for me. And especially since I don't tend to run extended campaigns, I tend to like mini campaigns. That's my preference. So how do I prep for Call of Cthulhu? What I call the easy way. I start at the end first. Let me explain. Let's take the end of an adventure. We all go after the evil bad guy or the boss man or whatever you want to call it. Well, in Call of Cthulhu, usually it's some mysterious cult. So I'm going to use that as an example. You have this cult, say it's a backwoods cult. You want to do a backwoods game, and they are trying to summon some deity, some aspect of Cthulhu. They may be trying to summon a monster, believing it will give them more power and the ability to control. That's the end game, them summoning that monster. This is just one example, but that would be the end game. And then I add all the steps in to get there, as well as all the things along the way. So I start at the end and work back to the beginning. So now we have this end. How do we get there? Well, next, where are these cultists living? What kind of setting is that going to be? Where is this going to be? What are their motivations? What are their connections in the area? And I work back from that. So I take the end game, again, I take the boss man, the big bad, or whatever evil, nefarious thing has come into my mind. That's the problem. What are all the connections from that? Because that is the center thing. And so I do a lot of one-shots that works well for me. It might not work as well for extended campaigns, but for someone like myself who enjoys running mini campaigns, I like to think of my campaigns as a BBC series. It can be over and done with, or we might get lucky and get a second season. Let me know if that helps, or if you'd like more clarification. I love this conversation. Thank you so much.